The Phantom Fisherman. Part 3. The River's Curse. The creatures struck fast, their serpentine bodies twisting through the air as they lashed out. Thaldor barely had time to raise his hammer before one wrapped around his arm, its scales cold and slimy. Fiddlespark unleashed a bolt of fire, searing one of the creatures before it could drag him overboard. I knew something was waiting down here. Quote. Arin raised her staff, chanting a spell. A pulse of energy burst outward, forcing the creatures back momentarily. These things aren't natural. They're feeding on the spirits. Quote. The ghosts of the fishermen hovered nearby, still whispering, still trapped. We have to break the cycle, Arin realized. Something is binding them here. She closed her eyes, reaching out to the spirits. What holds you? She asked through magic. A vision filled her mind, a sunken wreck, not of treasure, but of a cursed ship that had sunk generations ago. Its captain, desperate to survive, had called upon dark magic, sacrificing his crew to the river. Their souls had been trapped ever since. Arin's eyes snapped open. The wreck is nearby. We need to break its hold. Thaldor grabbed the tiller, steering toward the location Arin described. The creatures followed, hissing and snapping, but Fiddlespark kept them at bay with bursts of fire. Then, through the mist, they saw it, a massive, skeletal ship resting beneath the surface. Its mast was shattered, its hull covered in glowing runes of binding. The runes, Arin shouted. Destroy them. Quote. Thaldor hurled his hammer into the water, striking one of the runes. A shockwave rippled through the river, and the creatures let out unearthly screeches. Fiddlespark fired another blast, shattering a second rune. The water churned violently, and the spirits let out a collective wail. Arin channeled her magic into a final strike, unraveling the last of the dark spell. The ship groaned as it began to sink deeper, its magic finally broken. The creatures dissolved into mist, and the ghosts of the fishermen flickered, then faded, their souls finally at rest. The river grew still once more. As dawn broke, the trio drifted back toward Egeria, exhausted but victorious. Joran met them at the docks, his eyes wide. The voices, they're gone. Arin nodded. The spirits are free. Thaldor stretched. And hopefully, your fisherman will stop disappearing. Fiddlespark grinned. Unless, of course, something else wakes up down there. Joran paled, but the trio only laughed. Another mystery was solved. Another legend made real. And the river, for now, was quiet again.